Good evening and welcome to the 12th episode of Bible Mission 2020. Today we are dealing with chapter 12 of John, where we come across the last of the signs which John has recorded in his book. That is the raising of Lazarus to life. This is quite a lengthy chapter. There are many elements upon which one could reflect. For example, Jesus telling the disciples about 12 hours of the day when one could work, and the dark is coming when no one is able to work. Then there is another incident where Thomas says, "Let us go so that we also may die with him." And Jesus talking about the death of Lazarus, describing it as sleep, because for a Christian, death is like a sleep. He is going to wake up to eternity. And again, the incident of Mary remaining in the house. She is a contemplative, and when she is told that the master is there waiting for you, she runs to the master and she falls at his feet. The place of Mary is always at the feet of Jesus. The incident described in Luke's Gospel chapter 10, Mary is at the feet of Jesus, and here again Mary is at the feet of Jesus. So on and so forth. There are many things that you could reflect on. But then we take up only those elements which are pertaining directly to our theme of Jesus, the giver of life. So, the two sisters send the message to Jesus saying that the one whom you love is ill. Just 7 words, the one whom you love is ill. There is no request, no desperate attempt to get Jesus to the place, nothing. Just very confident and loving reminder or information given to Jesus. The one whom you love is sick. That reminds us of the words of Mary in Cana. They have no wine. After 2 days, Jesus decides to go to Bethany. He goes along with the disciples. By now, Lazarus is dead. 4 days have passed. He has been buried. He comes to the tomb, and John records one of his emotions. He sighs. And according to the biblical scholars, the Greek word which was used originally implies a sigh of anger. What is Jesus angry about? Is Jesus angry on Martha and Mary? Definitely not. He is angry, according to the fathers of the church, at the evil world, at Satan. And on other occasions in Synoptic Gospels, we read about Jesus sighing because of the stubbornness of the Jewish people, the hard-heartedness of theirs to accept the work of Jesus. And the other emotion which John records here is that Jesus wept. Twice it is mentioned. Jesus deeply moved. He is moved with the sorrow that the family is going through. He empathizes with the condition of the family. So he is angry on the evil world. At the same time, he empathizes with the effect that the evil world is doing upon the people, his friends. He goes to the tomb. He tells the people around there to remove the stone, roll back the stone. And of course, Martha says, this is 4 days since he is dead. He would be already beginning to decay. The body would be beginning to decay. Because the belief of the Jewish people was that for 3 days, the soul of the dead person would be around. And after 3 days, the soul would be gone. There is no more hope. Humanly, it is impossible to expect any miracle to happen. But Martha, of course, confesses her faith in Jesus, which she had already done earlier during the conversation which she had with Jesus as soon as he arrived. And then Jesus prays to the Father, opens his eyes and prays to the Father, and attributes all his work to the Father. And that is what he always does. He connects himself with the Father. He acknowledges his relationship with the Father. And then after the prayer, that to a very short prayer, he shouts out in loud voice, "Lazarus, come out!" And Lazarus comes out, and he tells the people around, "Unbind him." And that is what the Messiah does, unbind. He unbinds all the bondages of human existence. Right from the beginning. The whole purpose of the Messiah here on earth is to let the people go free. There is a whole celebration with the coming of Jesus. At the banqueting hall of Cana, The Messiah has come. There is plentiful wine to drink. There is a celebration. The Messiah has inaugurated a celebration for the people. And again, in chapter 3 of John, we find Jesus telling Nicodemus, be born again, be moved with the Spirit, receive the baptism of purification through water, and receive the baptism of the Spirit, because the Spirit moves wherever it wills. There is a limitless possibility for the believer. Jesus tells the Samaritan woman in chapter 4, if anyone drinks the water that I will give, it will become for him a spring of water welling up to eternal life. You do not have to limit yourself by drawing water from this well, which is stagnant water. We can draw from the spring of water, and that will become a spring within you, because of which you will be able to reach out to greater possibilities. Again, chapter 5, after setting the paralytic free, Jesus says, if anyone hears my words and believes in the one who sent me, he will have eternal life. He will have passed already from death to life. Limitless life is possible. The only condition is believe in Jesus and accept Him as your Messiah. That is John's message. And again, chapter 9, the blind man is set free. He is brought to light. So here we see again and again, John is emphasizing the same theme over and over again. Believe in the Messiah and you will have life. As Luke tells us, chapter 4, 18 and 19, Jesus reads from the book of Isaiah. He says, the Spirit of the Lord is upon me. He has sent me to bring the good news to the poor. Set the captive free. Yes, that is the work of the Messiah. And John again, through these signs that he has written in the book, tells us, yes, here is the Messiah. Believe in Him. If you believe in Him, you will receive eternal life. So there is an invitation given to all of us. Thank you.